Hi everyone, it's Greyson, and this is Greyson Talks Everything. If you're new to the channel, welcome, and if you're not new and are returning, welcome back. Do be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel if you like the videos that I make here. And also follow my Instagram where you can get the latest updates on when videos of mine are coming out, and to just admire and like some fan art of mine that I regularly post on that site. Some of my fan art should be showing up on the screen right now. The link to my Instagram is always in the description of my videos. You can always check it out there. But if you want to know like my Instagram tag right now so you can follow me immediately, that should be showing up on the screen right now as well. Alright, let's get into it. So I think yesterday, or no, not yesterday, but a couple days ago, not even a couple days ago, like 2 days ago, I posted my non-spoiler review of Black Widow, and today we're going to have a spoiler discussion, like talking about stuff that I was interested in, specifically the end credit scene, and like some of the loose ends that could be tied into other MCU projects. This is going to be a fun time. We're also going to discuss Taskmaster, because ever since the movie came out, Taskmaster has been the central part of the discussion. But yeah, let's just get into it. I'm really excited to talk about this with you guys. Yeah, let's get into the video. After the ending of Black Widow, one unlucky Avenger has a major target on their back now. Marvel fans can expect to see a whole lot more of Yelena Belova. Black Widow spends a majority of its runtime setting up the character, played excellently by Florence Pugh, as a likable new protagonist in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and the film ultimately succeeds in doing just that. The character's origin and personality are well established through her relationship with Natasha, played by Scarlett Johansson, and her talents as a spy and assassin are made explicitly clear throughout the film. And just before Black Widow truly comes to an end, the film sends Yelena on a path that few could have ever seen coming. Black Widow's post-credits scene shows Yelena paying an emotional visit to Natasha's gravesite, where she runs into her new boss, Contessa Valentina Allegra de Fontaine, played excellently as well by Julia Louis-Dreyfus. The scene then sees Val make a few quips about being allergic to the Midwest before presenting Yelena with her next assignment. The mission in question is tracking down and killing Clint Barton, aka Hawkeye, played by Jeremy Renner, who Val falsely tells Yelena is the man who killed her sister. It's an unexpected moment, one that sets up a major confrontation between Yelena and Clint to come in a future Marvel film or show, presumably the Hawkeye Disney Plus series, which she was confirmed to be in. Whether or not Yelena is able to successfully take out Clint, as Val has effectively motivated her to do, remains to be seen. Nonetheless, the question remains, why does Val even want Clint Barton dead in the first place? Between her appearances in Black Widow and The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Val hasn't had a whole lot of screen time in the MCU up to this point, which makes predicting the character's plans and overall arc particularly difficult. With that being said, it's looking more and more likely that Val intends on not only building her own team of MCU anti-heroes, but also having her recruits kill and replace the existing Avengers. At least, that explanation fits in well with what we've seen Val do so far. Her recruitment of John Walker, played by Wyatt Russell, and Yelena confirms what many Marvel fans had already begun to suspect, that she's building her own team of highly skilled, superpowered individuals, call them the Dark Avengers or the Thunderbolts if you will. She's shaping up to be the MCU's dark alternative to Nick Fury, played by Samuel Jackson, and that makes her an interesting new player to keep track of in the future films and shows. But Val's decision to send Yelena on a mission to kill Clint suggests that she's not just looking to form her own Avengers, she's looking to replace them entirely. To make matters even more interesting, the Black Widow post-credits scene also makes it clear that she's willing to resort to whatever means necessary in order to take certain Avengers out. Now, there's obviously reason to think that Yelena won't actually end up killing Clint, especially since he didn't do what Val claims he did, But if Val is sending Yelena after Clint, then who might she send John Walker after? Are we in store for another rematch at some point between Walker and Sam Wilson? Or will his next target be someone other than the new Captain America? At this point, the possibilities seem limitless. Regardless of what Val's ultimate endgame is, Black Widow's post-credits scene still tells us quite a bit about the character that the Falcon and the Winter Soldier didn't. Specifically, we now know that Val isn't just a well-connected player working in the shadows, she's also an expert at emotional manipulation. And if she's willing to tell Yelena the exact lies she needs to hear in order to go after Clint, then there's no telling what lies she might tell other MCU characters moving forward. Working around Nat's controversial death in Avengers Endgame, Black Widow takes place after the falling out of Iron Man and Captain America in Captain America Civil War, just before Team Cap was busted out of the raft. Directed by Kate Shortland, the blockbuster has a mostly contained narrative, with no other Avengers showing up. Instead, it introduces Nat's Russian family, Yelena Belova, Melina Vostokov, and Alexei Shostakov, also known as the Red Guardian. As a unit, they revisit their shared connection with the Red Room by finally taking it down. Admittedly, Black Widow may have been more impactful had it been slated earlier in the MCU. Nevertheless, it delivers on its promise to give Nat a better send-off than her death in Endgame. But despite this being the end of her journey, Marvel Studios left some queries unanswered that could ultimately be addressed in future projects. Yelena's accidental contact with the substance dubbed the Red Dust is what frees her from being under the Red Room's mind control. The antidote was then used to free the remaining Black Widows in the Flying Red Room, as well as Taskmaster who, it was revealed, was General Dreykov's daughter Antonia. Not much is known about the origins of the Red Dust, only that it's synthesized by a former Black Widow from Melina's generation. At the end of Black Widow, Nat sends Yelena to free the remaining Black Widows around the world, with Melina potentially being able to reverse engineer the antidote. Still, it's never revealed who created it in the first place. Tasha was made to believe that she was abandoned on the street by her family and was put into custody by the Russian government. But Melina later revealed that this wasn't the case. Instead, she was sold to Dreykov by her father against her mother's wishes. Because her mother couldn't let her go, she was murdered by Dreykov. Despite this new information, the names of Natasha's parents' identity were never mentioned in Black Widow, which makes Red Skull's comment about her father being named Ivan in Endgame even more intriguing. End of Black Widow, General Thunderbolt Ross finally caught up to Natasha, who was being hunted for going against the Sokovia Accords. Instead of joining Yelena, Melina, Alexei, and the rest of the free Black Widows to escape, Natasha decides to stay behind, supposedly to hold off Ross. The film doesn't show what immediately followed. Instead, it caught up with Natasha, who's already sporting her shorter blonde hair, 2 weeks later on her way to help Steve break out Team Cap. So how exactly did Nat evade arrest again? Did she escape, or was she let go? With the Black Widows no longer mind-controlled, they're free to do whatever they want. Chances are that they have joined Yelena's quest to free fellow trafficked girls around the world. But what happened to them after that? It's particularly interesting to see where Antonia ended up considering her special set of skills as Taskmaster. And considering how many of you guys really didn't like that reveal, maybe they can redeem her by having her go along more of her comic accurate portrayals in other mediums and have her teach other younger Black Widows that she's rescued so they can defend themselves better, almost like what she did with the henchmen in the comics. And since I'm pretty sure this isn't going to be the last we'll see of Antonia or Taskmaster, she can be doing this for a long time. And also, don't expect to not see more Black Widows roaming around the MCU, because they're probably going to operate like the Dora Milaje do now, showing up in many places around the MCU, because while some of them might have turned good thanks to the Red Dust, a good portion of them might want to stay bad. So that's my spoiler breakdown, spoiler discussion of Black Widow. What did you think? Share your thoughts down below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and also follow my Instagram again if you haven't already. The link to that is always in my description. Alright, bye everyone. Everyone have a great day. Yeah.